Hi, you guys. Can you trying to make sure I'm situated first? Just turn it off. You good there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. My head gonna be cut off? Nope. That's pretty good. Hi, Rachel. I think I'm in the. Am I in the live on the laptop? Because it doesn't show the comments on here. Yes.
You should be able to open up the comments.
Oh, I see. Is it because I have a big screen?
Yeah, you can't have a full screen.
Okay, here's the chat. But there's nothing in the chat.
It's on, Jacob.
Rachel's on. Meteora's on. Who's Meteora? Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
How do you know that he's watching? Where do you see that?
It came up on the thing, on the live.
Oh, this is your chat right here.
Okay.
There's just not a lot, so that's why it's...
Oh, it's probably because I have... How do I move this up here? Okay, that's better. There it is. He's showing up on there, Jess.
On the chat?
Yeah,
because he just chatted.
Okay, so we're doing the rest of the Alocasias today. I have my mic. Let me know if the audio is good. Hopefully it's not too laggy or anything. Today's a very gloomy day. It's going to be probably a rainy day today. Okay, sounds good. Okay. So I wanted to plug these pots. I ordered these wholesale and I want to provide them for you guys on PalmStreet as well as Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to list them as individual and as a pack as well. I just have to figure out how many I can fit like in a box to include that as a pack. If you would like to purchase them in a pack, let me know in the comments. These are self-watering pots and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes. This one being the largest one. I should have got a measuring tape so I could give you the dimensions. Just there's a measuring tape in the plant room hooked on one of the pots on the trellis. So this is what the pot looks like. I accidentally ordered the ones that are opaque, so the white with the white instead of the ones that are clear, but I did make another order, so I will have those available as well in the future. And so these are the holes on the bottom of the pots, and they come with a wick, and you can use the wick to self-water. These are self-watering pots. They also have the window. And I got them all in the white because I feel like that's the more popular color. And so we're going to be potting up some of the Alocasias today in these types of pots. And I'm going to give you a quick little dimension of them. So the inside of the pot, it's about almost 5.5 inches for the largest one. The second one is 4.5. Third is about 3.5. And then the smallest one, which is super cute and tiny, it's about a little over 2.5 inches. So these are the self-watering pots. Super cute. These would be great for like your starter plants. And then the next size up, next size here, and this one. Jazz, can you put the dimensions like
In the chat?
Yeah. So do extra large, large, medium, and then small.
How much is the extra large?
Not the prices, just
No, I mean
the dimensions. The extra large is a 5.5. And then, yeah.
the large.
And then the large is 4.5. Just in case, like, when people come in later.
Okay.
And then 3.5.
Medium.
Yeah. And then
Small.
2.5, just small. I think that there might be a size bigger than this one. I'm not sure. I may have gotten all the sizes that are available, but I'll let you guys know in the future if I'm mistaken with that. So let's go ahead and get started. I have only a couple that are already in pond that I want to up pot, but I don't know if I want to go with the extra small or the small or the medium in sizes. So we'll figure that out. Figure out which ones we need. Once we see the root sizes, we'll know which one to pot it in. And so the way the self-watering pots work, you put the wick in and then you put your substrate and your plant in and you water it in from the top to settle in all the substrate, and then you can fill up the water line inside the next pot. So I'm just going to get this one ready. So the small one has a hole right in the middle. I think most people just do a knot with their wick. This is the first time I'm doing self-watering pots, so I wanted to test the product out as well before just putting it up for you guys. So they're not up on my PalmStreet or anything yet, but they will be. Oops. I guess I made that not too small because it went right through. Or too tight. How are you guys doing this morning? I actually woke up pretty late. An hour later than I wanted to. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the knot in the middle and the wick down. And I probably could, well, it's long enough, so I don't need to pull it any further up. Okay, so first one I want to do is the Alocasia Dragon Scale. This one came from Rachel, and all of these are already have water in them because I watered my plants on Monday. But this is what she's looking like. She's got 3 leaves. She's a beautiful alocasia. So once I take her out and figure out how many roots she has, I'll decide whether I want to put her in the smaller one. I think that this size would be best for her, the medium size. So we're going to do the medium. I have this little Tupperware container that I'm reusing just so I can dump the pon in there. I do sterilize my pon because I reuse it. And to get rid of all the algae and stuff like that, I run it through hot water in a strainer. And then I do a good rinse. And then I will put it in a bin with hydrogen peroxide and I let it sit. So yeah, she doesn't look like she's got too many roots. So she might go into the smaller one, actually. She's got a corm in there. I don't know if I want to pluck that corm. Just might pluck that corm. She's got 2 corms. But they're not big. So I think I'm just going to leave them in for now. I forgot to get the paper towels. Can you give me the paper towels?
Yeah.
So I want to show you her roots. She's looking pretty good. And this here is a corm. And this right here is another corm. Oops, I just broke off that corm. I didn't want to take off. That's okay. I'll put her in fluval and see if she'll grow. Okay, so her roots feel pretty good. Nothing is mushy. Everything's nice and firm. So we're going to go ahead and pot her up in pon. With my bin here. I did set you guys off of the table this time so that we don't have any bumping of the camera. I know some people don't like these self-watering pots because they feel they're kind of boring, but they come in other colors like a lime green and I think black. I don't know what other colors they come in, but not too bad. And I didn't get a scooper. I'm unprepared today. Let's see. I can use this little cup as a scooper. I'm going to put a small layer of the pon. It's about that much pon in there. And then I am going to use my mica again. Open that up. What?
Anthony wants to know what is the hydrogen peroxide for.
So the hydrogen peroxide will get rid of the algae and sanitize your pon from any kind of bacteria. So after I soak the pond in the hydrogen peroxide, I will go ahead and rinse it out again with some hot water because I don't want too much hydrogen peroxide soaked up by the pond before I use it. Hopefully that makes sense. Come on. Use this out of screen. I don't know. I feel like the small one is too small. I'm gonna go up. Even though she doesn't look like she has a whole lot of roots, I am gonna go up in size to the medium. And now these, the larger sizes, they don't have the hole in the middle, so you can always burn a hole in the middle if you'd like to do that. I'm just going to put it on these two larger holes here. So you'll have the wick going into the reservoir 2 times, both ends. You just want to make sure that the wick reaches the bottom of the reservoir. So I feel like maybe these wicks aren't long enough to, because some people like to put the wick up into the substrate further. So I might invest in buying some extra wick. But I don't know yet until I try this, you know? So now I'm going to add my Myco. And because this one is a little bit larger than the small, I am going to sit the plant in a little bit further down so that she's not sitting in too much substrate. And now I'm adding some pond around her. Give her a little tap to settle in the pond. And I'll show you what she looks like when we're all done. Do you guys have any plans for today? Oh, I think she's going to love, love, love this pot. So that's what she's looking like in there. I think it looks great. She has room to grow, and I can always pull her up more if her roots start coming out of the bottom holes and add more pond to her. But I'm going to go ahead and water her in. So I'll sit her in her pot and water her in. I do have some RO water here. And she has Myco. I technically can fertilize her already. But what I'll do is I'll run some RO water through her pond for now. And then later I will switch out the water in her reservoir for some water with fertilizer in it. Because she has roots that she can actually... Yeah, she can actually uptake some fertilizer. I didn't say it also has a part here that you can refill, so you don't have to lift it to refill the reservoir. You can water from the top here. I wouldn't recommend watering the pawn after you've already done the first initial watering. When you go to refill, I would refill from the part where it refills, or lift and refill, whichever one you'd like to do. And so that's one done. The Alocasia is it dragon scale? I don't see anybody else on. How many people are on? How can you tell how many people are on, Rachel? Oh, it says 5. Thumbs up. 6.
Mine says 6.
Okay.
People are probably just not trying.
Well, I did change the time too, so that might be affecting it.
Did you?
Yeah, I changed. Well, I did make a post saying that I was going to have to come on at 11 instead of 12. Okay. The next one is the Alocasia cuprea. Love this Alocasia. I actually have one already in soil. This one's in pond, so I'm going to keep her in pond and see how she does in pond. She's got that beautiful leaf there. This is why everyone loves this Alocasia. Just these beautiful metallic colors. And she's sized up, and wait till you see what she's in. She's in this little teeny tiny cup, which is probably why this leaf is so sad. But I think once I upsize her and put her in pond and in this self-watering pot, that she's going to keep more leaves for me. So we're going to also give her a medium self-watering pot. Do you have any of these Alocasias, Rachel? And if you have these Alocasias, you like to, well, anybody on the chat, let me know if you have any of these Alocasias and do you like to grow them in pond, or what substrate do you like to grow your Alocasias in? Also, do you like to do self-watering pots? So now we have our pot all set up. I'm going to go ahead and dump her out and check out her roots. This one also came from Rachel. Lots of pots. She's not on today, I don't think. This one looks like it has a lot of roots. Hopefully I don't break any of the roots taking her out of here. I think I watered these with my mosquito bit water because they have a smell to them. They're not rotted because the roots look nice and healthy. It's just, you know, smells like, I don't know. Have you guys ever, I'm aging myself a little bit, but you like both? Jessica, hi, welcome. Yes, you can tell when some do better in aroid mix versus pon. I would have to definitely agree with you on that one. This one is like a little, I think I'm going to have to break this. I'm going to have to cut this cup because I'm going to do too much damage to these roots. Because she is very well rooted in here. But yes, I agree. Some Alocasias do like the chunky aroid mix more. I haven't tried a whole lot of them in pon, and that's why I'm going to keep some in pon and see how they do. And I think it won't be any trouble to switch them out from pon if they're not liking pon into aroid mix. I'm not sure if I've switched out any of them from pon to aroid yet. I think I may have. I'm trying not to fling pon everywhere, so I'm trying to do this nice and slow without hurting the roots. Oh. On a Friday? Sleeping? I don't know, it is kind of a gloomy day.
And it's early. It's summer, so a lot of people sleep early.
Not adults, they're probably working. Okay, she's finally out, you guys. I'm going to show you her roots. Shake off some of this pon that's stuck. So I see that she has been developing some corms, which is super exciting. Let me show you her roots. Look at all those roots, you guys. Again, she was in pon. So she seems to be liking pon. I do see that some of the little fine roots did come off as I was trying to take her out. But she looks good. She looks good. She's got a couple little growth points developing and corms. And I'm not going to pluck anything off. This time I'm going to be super careful that I don't accidentally pluck it off. Grab my pon again. Do you guys have any questions about alocasias? You wanted to sleep in, but your 2-year-old said no. Oh yeah, my kids, when they were 2 years old, they used to come on my bed and just jump on me to wake me up.
That never happened.
Yeah, okay.
This is untrue. This is propaganda.
You know, you guys said your son was the biggest one because he always my son is a big breakfast person. So when he wakes up, he wants breakfast like right away.
Not me though.
He's probably waiting for me to finish this so that he can ask me to make him breakfast today. Yeah, I think this size is going to be perfect for her. Let me not forget the Myco. Again, you guys, all these things will be linked down below. The pots I'm going to try really hard to post on PalmStreet as well as on Facebook Market, the pots, as well as some plants that I need to list. I know I've been saying to check out my plants, and I haven't listed a lot of the plants. I've just been super busy and haven't gotten the chance to list them, but I will try my best this weekend as well as next week to list some plants and the pots as well. Okay. This one I'm actually going to fill to the very top because she has so many roots. And looks like she has some nodes building up on the top of her stem. And so I want that to be touching the substrate. And I'm pulling off some old roots that are dry in the pond because I do reuse my pond. And even when you rinse it so many times, you don't get rid of all the roots. And I do use a strainer. So hopefully she will hold more leaves now and be happier because she was stuffed in that little cup for so long. I actually received this plant from Rachel. I think it was around Christmas or the fall or winter time. We did a swap. And so she's been in that little cup for so long now. Okay. And we're going to water her in. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, I use Myco on all of my plants that I do repots for. Two done. They're looking so cute in these pots. I like these pots. They're a little taller than your nursery pots because you need a water reservoir, but I think they're super cute. You can always, here's an idea. You can always get some peel and stick from Dollar Tree or something and cover the pot if you want to do that. But just an idea to make them more decorative. I think that would be super cool. So I'm going to set these back here since we're done with them. Okay, the next ones are in fluval, and then I have one little one that's in perlite. But I freed up a nursery pot and also a candlestick holder, votive candlestick holder. So that's 2 down, and I have 5 still to go. I thought I had 7 when I made this video or this live. I actually have more than that. I know, it's 7 still. Yeah, 7. I was right. I do have a few that I was thinking of changing out that I repotted already, but I think I'm going to leave them alone. I don't want them to shock. Also, Rachel, I know you don't like to do PalmStreet, but I think I could create like some kind of invoice through PayPal or something. If you're interested in the pots, just shoot me a message and let me know. Anybody who wants to do through PayPal or something like that? If you do PayPal, I have a Venmo and Cash App that I do. I used to do what was it? I used to have other forms, but right now I just have Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Okay, I'm just trying to get some pots ready. So I think I'm going to do the dragon scale next. It's in Fluval. This one has been in here since January. It was a corm. I sold the mother plant. I plucked this corm off the mother plant. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep my alocasias or regrow them or anything. And then I decided that I do. I really like alocasias. I think they're beautiful. This one's growing out a new leaf there, but I'm going to repot her anyways. So I have my container here that I dumped my fluval out into. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. I also, for those of you that didn't see this in the last live, I also provide a soilless aeroid mix in 2 quarts if you're interested in that. That's what I pot all of my plants in. And I also have the number 4 chunky perlite. I like this for my aeroid mix, as well as the smaller perlite. So just thought I'd say, mention that for you guys if you're interested. And the way I price my things, I try to be competitive with others. I think I just dropped the price on my aeroid mix because it just hasn't gotten any traction, hasn't sold. And so yeah, I did drop the price on that on my PalmStreet. I'm thinking of doing the next live either a pest treatment for Hoyas, or we can repot some Hoyas. What was the other one I needed to repot? Or repot some African violets. Let me know in the comments what you would be interested in seeing. I have learned so much from African violets that I really need to do a video on, as well as from Hoyas. So let me know what you're interested in seeing on the next live for next Friday in the comments. Yes, I love chunky perlite. Okay, so I got most of the fluval off. Like I said, these are wet already. And I'm going to rinse it right in this water that I'm using to water. It's just fluval, so it's not going to harm anything. And I don't know if I want to put this one into pawn or into my chunky aeroid soil in a self-watering pot? What do you guys think I should do? This is the only one I have of this one. She does have a lot of roots. She was in fluval, so she can technically go into either one of the two substrates. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. Yes, African violets they're pretty popular. There's a lot of big channels out there about African violets. There's a whole huge society, really, for every genus of plant that there is out there. There's a huge following, huge society, especially on Facebook groups, African violet groups. Hi, Rachel. Oh, I just repotted 2 of the plants that you sent me in these self-watering pots. Jasmine pinned the sizes of the self-watering pots if anybody's interested. So what is this one? The Alocasia Dragon's Breath. Alocasia Dragon's Breath, I think it's called, right? I need to tag my plants, you guys, because my brain goes blank on the names. I know this one is the Alocasia cuprea. This one's the one that you sent me, Rachel, as well. She's looking beautiful, and I have her in pawn because the other one that I picked up from Lowe's, I actually have in a chunky soil mix or soilless mix. What do you think, Rachel? I should pot the dragon scale into a chunky. Yeah, this one's the dragon scale. I think it's called the green dragon scale. Oh, an aeroid mix. Okay. What do you think, Rachel? And I'm asking Rachel from lots of pots because she grows a lot of beautiful plants as well as alocasias, and she does a lot of experimenting with her plants as well. So let me know, Rachel, if you would put this in. I'm going to check her. Yep, her corm is nice and firm. Would you put this one in chunky mix or pawn in a self-watering pot? She was in fluval, rooting up. This is what she's looking like. Got a new leaf coming. All right, I think we'll put her in my chunky soil mix and see how the chunky soil mix does in the self-watering pots. Rachel says pawn. Oh, I'm torn. Aeroid mix or pawn? Well, I've tried her in aeroid mix, but in a regular nursery pot, never in a self-watering pot. So I'm going to try her in pawn. I'm going to see how she does in pawn. I was going to do the chunky mix, but the reason I'm going to try her in pawn is because I've already tried her in the chunky mix. And my mother did pretty good in the aeroid mix. And I want to see how she does in pawn. I want to see if she'll be good in pawn. If I see that she's declining in pawn, I just pull her out and put her in my chunky mix. I think I put too much in there. And she's also going in the medium size. Again, I'm going to put some Myco in here. Yeah, Rachel, you think the self-watering pots will make all the difference? Yeah, because, well, I tend to let I know a lot of people don't let their Alocasias dry out, but I tend to let mine dry out. And I don't mean like dry out for a long time. I catch them pretty much just in time to water. So what I mean by just in time is they've just dried out like within that day. And the reason that I can do that is because I'm a helicopter mom with my plants. I really am. I know a lot of people can't be that way because they work and things like that, or their, lives are busy, you have kids, all that kind of stuff. But I really go around and look at all my plants first thing in the morning, and then before I go to bed, and if I have some time in the afternoon, I'll do that as well. I try to check them on a daily and multiple times throughout the day to see how they're doing, especially because I like to experiment with a lot of my plants and different substrates and things like that, just to see what works best for them and what they like. And I like to share that kind of information with you guys. Maybe it can help you with your plants. I don't find Alocasias as hard as a lot of people find them to be. So she's all potted up. I can't wait to see her grow lots of new leaves. She's a little off center, but she'll be fine. We're going to water her in using the same water with the fluval. It's okay. It won't harm the plant. She was in fluval. And I am going to toss the water or use the water on another plant because I don't waste any water. I'll use the water on another plant and then I will fill her reservoir up with some fertilizer water. Right now it's just RO water, but I did use it to rinse out the fluval from the roots. So she's all done. That's 3 down. What time is it, Jazz? Jazz, what time is it?
11:50.
Ooh, 11:50. I'm going to try and finish all these. My friend might actually arrive today before I finish, which is not a big deal. She'll wait. But yeah, I'm going to try and finish these before she gets here. We are going to go to Bountiful Gardens today, you guys. It's a gloomy day, but we set today to go to Bountiful Gardens. And it's an indoor nursery, so she should be here around, I don't remember if I said 12 or 1.
I'm not ready.
So go get ready. This is why I wanted to wake you up early, girl. I tell you, we had things to do today.
But I want you to braid my hair.
I'll braid your hair when I'm done here.
Can I microwave something or is that too bad?
You can microwave, I guess. I don't know. So next we're going to do this Alocasia here. And she's been, put the wrong label on her. It says dragon scale, but she was also potted in here in January 23rd of this year. And I'm pretty sure she's got enough roots. Yes, the Alocasias, they're so resilient, you guys. They survive so much of our neglect. They survive so much of our indecisiveness, because I can be very indecisive on what substrate to put them in. I don't know, Rachel, if I'm going to record or not, because it's going to be a group of us. Maybe I'll record it and share it for you guys. If I do record it, you'll see the video probably up on Sunday. I do want to record. I love that garden center. And I think they have great prices. Great prices and plants that you can't find in your big box stores. So, yeah. It's, I think it's like less than 45 minutes away from my house, so it's a road trip. Definitely a road trip. Okay, now I'm going to rinse off the rest of this fluval in the water again. Just going to dip it in there, rinse it off. Yeah, we're going to have so much fun. I can't wait to see what they have in stock. I did a shop with me there about, I want to say, in the beginning of spring, I think it was. They didn't have a whole lot of new stuff, but they did have some really nice anthuriums and alocasias, and also some just so many beautiful varieties of plants. If you haven't seen that shop with me, go ahead and check it out. It's called Bountiful Gardens. So this is what her roots are looking like. They look really good. And I think I'm going to put her, because she's a really thirsty one, I'm putting her in pond. I'm not even going to ask you guys, because I tried her in my soilless mix already, and she dried out so fast for me. I felt this was one that I definitely felt I could not catch up, or catch up with her watering. So she's definitely going in pond. Let me know down below in the comments if you tried this one, the Micklitziana, the non-variegated one. Or that's what the non-variegated one is called, Micklitziana. I find her to be very, very thirsty. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree. Yes, they have anthuriums, beautiful anthuriums. They have some common ones as well as some non-common ones. I did also suggest the last time for them to get some strappy anthuriums in, because I want to add some strappy anthuriums to my anthurium collection. I only have a few anthuriums. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got about 8 anthuriums, so not a whole lot. And I really want the strappy kind. I almost forgot the Myco. Let's do the Myco. And she's going into a medium self-watering pot. I feel like this one's going to take off in growth. You have too many anthuriums. I love the anthuriums, but they do get really big, you guys. I bought the Doc Block Michelle, and she's given me a new leaf. I'll show you guys at the end of the video some of the new leaves on there. Let me know if you're interested in the comments. I love common plants, don't get me wrong, you guys, but I also tend to get bored. So I guess I like the divas, the anthuriums. Hoyas can be divas too, but they can be easy as well. Any plant really, once you get the hang of them and what they like, they can become easy for you. For example, Alocasias, a lot of people think they're divas and they're difficult to grow for a lot of people, but I feel once you get the hang of them and what they like, they can be pretty easy for you. And I don't really buy into the whole humidity thing because I don't know. I feel like once you figure out what your plant likes in your environment, you don't really like humidity is not really a factor, you know? I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not. But she's all done in pawn. Wish her well. I'm sure she'll take off. I hope I'm not hitting my mic too much, you guys, because it's on my shirt. Gonna water her in. So watered in. Looking great. Let's put her on the shelf back here. Ooh, how exciting. This is so exciting to see all these plants potted up. This one is going to have to go in a small one because look at how teeny tiny she is. This is the, oh gosh, what is she called? The Alocasia. I forget. The African mask one. What is she called, Rachel? Oh, thank you. Yeah, the dock block looks great on the stack of books. I thought it was super cute. I did a little decor back here. I'll have to share that with you guys. Maybe I'll turn the camera around and show you guys at the end. Oh, yes. I wanted all my anthuriums, all of my plants really, to grow in ambient conditions. I do want to get like a closed cabinet made mainly because in the summertime, my kids are always going in the backyard and I don't know, I get bugs in here, you know, and I just wanted to protect them a little bit. But I don't know, that's still something that I have to think about still. I don't know if this one's rooted enough. She's got a ton of like little leaves. Yes, the Alocasia poly or Amazonica, yeah. It's one that I purchased and then I got rid of the plant and I had a little corm of her and so I figured I'd just grow her and add her to my collection because I do like the glossier leaves. But she's going to definitely go into this tiny one and we're going to put her in pawn mainly because this was one that I couldn't figure out if she liked to stay more moist or more dry. Let me know down below in the comments, you guys, if you recommend this in pawn, the poly in pawn, or in a chunky soil mix, soilless mix.
Right.
Let me know in the comments. Jasmine making all kinds of noise in the background.
Sorry.
She's trying to eat before we leave and get ready and stuff. And We could have ate something on our way there, girl. I also have this one, this sinuata. This one, I would have to say, is a little finicky, you guys. Let me know if you agree. The Alocasia sinuata is a little finicky. Oh, okay. So, all right. I'm going to try her in pond then. Yep. And then the sinuata. What do you guys recommend? Soil, aeroid mix, or pond? Okay, I'm going to try her in pond because I tried her. I don't remember if I tried her in pond. I think I tried her in my aeroid mix and I don't know. She didn't really like it. She didn't give me a whole lot of growth. In this fluval, she's thrown out so many corms. Do you see that? But I'm not going to take her corms off. I'm trying not to. Okay, pond. I think I'm going to put both of them in pond. Easy. Easy. Let's see her roots. The sinuata. I think I want to do her first. So see, she didn't have a whole lot of roots in this fluval. Looks like I may have been overwatering her in the fluval as well. Because I do see some roots that fell off. So let's give her a rinse and see what her roots are really looking like. Sorry, my hands got a little dirty. Oh, I'm going to take this lid off because I'm going to pop off her corms if I don't. Yeah, I thought it was me, you guys. I was like, what? I typically do just fine with all of my alocasias. I'm like, why is this one giving me such a hard time? And I actually purchased her from, I don't remember if it was from Lowe's or if I actually got her from Canopy Plant Co. I don't remember. I did haul her here on YouTube, so I'll have to look back and check the videos. But she has like 1, 2, 3, 4 corms forming already, you guys. But I definitely think that I was overwatering her in pond. But her stem feels nice and firm. So she's okay. I don't need to cut anything off. I'm going to rinse her a little bit more. Okay. She's okay. I don't need to rinse anything off. I'm going to show you her roots. Here's her roots. Look at all of the corms. 4 corms in there, you guys. That's exciting. I could probably pop this one off, but I'm just going to let her be because I want her to get big and bushy for me in her pot. So we're gonna do a medium for her only because her leaves are so big. I don't want to put her in a small because I think the small will be too small for her. Even though she doesn't have a whole lot of roots to begin with. So I'm excited about these self-watering pots. I hope you guys are excited too. Again, I'm going to get the ones with the clear inner pots. They're already purchased on their way. So as soon as I get them, I will list them for you guys. These I still have to list on PalmStreet and Facebook Market, but I have to figure out pricing and stuff. I do also try to be competitive, you know, because I know other people are already providing these. So going ahead and plopping her in. Gonna add some mica. Hopefully she grows more roots for me. I'm gonna give her extra mica. 2 scoops. Maybe that'll help her roots. Help her give me some more roots. So Rachel, I don't know if you were here when I asked if you guys would like to see a Hoya treatment live next week, next Friday, or if you'd like to watch Hoya repot or African Violet repot. Let me know down below in the comments. So there she goes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like pawn repots or transfers, whatever you want to call it, they go so fast and so easy. I think that's why people love pawn so much. And part of the reason why I'm actually using some of the ones that have the white inner pots are because I've heard that the ones with the clear ones create algae because the light shines through. You see a lot of algae inside of the reservoir and in the pot. I don't know. So I wanted to compare, and that's why I'm doing the two. I'm going to do some that are in the white, and I'm also going to have some when they come in that I'm going to pot in the clear inserts to see how they do for me in comparison. You guys, I think I have 2 plants left. I'm doing a lot better than last time, let me tell you. I think last time we were only able to pot up maybe 5 in an hour and a half. So this one definitely has little itty bitty baby roots. So I'm going to give her the small pot. So today, I mean, this week we had a huge heat wave and every day was so hot. So today was supposed to be the coolest day, which is why we picked today. These are the roots to go to Bountiful Gardens because as you know, when you go into a nursery, it's so hot in there for the plants sometimes that if it's hot outside, it's too much heat. We're going to give her a little bit of Myco as well. Okay, I'm glad I repeated that for you, Rachel. I think this pot is going to be perfect for her with her little teeny tiny roots. She's so small and cute. I love small plants, you guys. I love my big plants, don't get me wrong. But I also love small plants. I think they're super cute. Look at her. She's so tiny, but so cute. We'll see how long she takes to size up. I also wanted to share the ones that we repotted last week so that you can see how they're doing. All right, let's put these two on the shelf and work on the last one, and then I will turn the camera around and share all the plants on these shelves. So last one is in perlite, and this is a piece that came off of, and hopefully you're listening, Rachel. This is a piece that came off of the variegated Alocasia Ninja. And so she's giving a little bit of variegation. I don't know if you can tell on here or not, and she also has a new leaf coming. She's just in perlite. I'm going to pot her into pon as well, and we're going to use the small pot for her. I think the other one, I may have put her in pon as well last week. Yeah, the other one's also in pon. And this is in perlite, so I need another container. I'm just going to use one of the glass jars. I'm running out of room here. I want to make sure you guys can see. Okay. So she doesn't have a whole lot of roots, but she has some good, really healthy roots. Okay. I just want to check her stem. So this was like an offshoot. There was no corm. It was just like an offshoot. I didn't see any corm. And I just separated the offshoot, and this is what it looks like. So her roots look really good. And I think she's going to like the transfer into pon. Get the base. So I put my wick in already. And now we're gonna put a small layer of pon. And we're going to definitely give her some myco to give her the best chance to grow and health. Now let's backfill. I anticipated that my friend would be late today, so I am not rushing this live. There she is. Now we're going to water her in. That is what she's looking like. We're going to put her on the shelf, and let's go ahead and show you guys the shelf here. Give me a second. I'm going to grab you off the tripod. Okay. Now I have to turn you guys around. So here's my shelf. You guys have seen these on my plant tours. I'm going to scoot. Here's my mess on my table. But this is one of my anthuriums. This is her newest leaf here. I can't really see your guys' comments on the screen. Let me see. I don't know. Okay, now I can see your comments on the screen. So this is the newest leaf. Here's the newest leaf on this one. I think this is a luxuriance mixed with radicans. Or radicans luxuriance. She's super bushy. She's an easy one. I did go through a period where I was learning her watering schedule and what she likes. She's in a super chunky aroid mix with some pawn mixed in there. And this one, I have been pretty inconsistent with her watering, and she's the Anthurium crystallinum. And I cut off a lot of her leaves because they're doing a lot of this. And I think that she definitely needs an upsize in her pot. She's in a, I think that's like 3.5 inch or 4 inch pot. So she has sized up nicely for me, but this leaf was beautiful, but I let her dry out for too long, and yeah, I got some yellowing. This one here is the Anthurium. Oh God, I forget. Rachel put it in the comments. I got it from Rachel. She's getting so big and healthy. She's doing great. Let me move her a little bit so you can get the full view of her. I think that my anthuriums are going to do well in self-watering pots, so I'm going to look into some larger self-watering pots that I can get for them. But here's one we potted up together. I have some corms here. I forget what corms. I should have labeled that. I also have this regular anthurium here that's given me a new leaf. This one has the red bloom, looking gorgeous. That's the first bloom that she's grown for me in my home, in my conditions. She's looking really good. And then my chocolate one gave me a bloom as well. Nice dark leaves. She's doing good in pawn. And this one is actually in pawn as well. This one's in my chunky mix with some pawn mixed in there. Here is the black velvet that we potted up last week. She's doing great. She has a new growth coming in there. And that's that shelf. I got these cute little canvas art from Hobby Lobby. They had a sale for all of their spring stuff, so I grabbed them. It was a set of 2. And so I put one here and one over on that shelf as a backdrop. I think they look super cute and they go with my like color scheme, I guess you can say. Down here I have my begonias. This one's my begonia looking glass. And this one is my begonia lucerna. These are getting super tall, and so I'm going to have to take this shelf off, move these bins somewhere else so that they can have more height. And this one is my begonia Lana, looking great. She's given me a new leaf. And we just potted this one up, the Sinuata. This one is the Alocasia Silver Dragon. She's doing great, also giving me a new leaf there. We potted her up last week. And we did these today. And I made this cute little stand here. These are 2 candlestick things from Dollar Tree that I glued together. Now moving over to the next shelf. Trying not to kick over this fluval because it'll be a mess. This is my anthurium. I don't want to touch that leaf because that's the most perfect leaf that I've been able to grow from her in ambient so far. These leaves were like twisted. This one had like a little hole. I don't even know why that hole happened. And the one back here is like super crispy and battered. But she's holding on to a lot of leaves. She keeps giving me inflows like crazy. I have tried once or twice to pollinate, but no success. Maybe in the future. And then we just did this one. We did this one here. This is the other variegated ninja. And she's in pawn. I do want to put her in a self-watering pot. This one as well, I want to put in a self-watering pot. She's in pawn. This one is the Alocasia, what is her name? Maharani. And then this is my anthurium. I think it's Queen of Hearts. She has not given me a new leaf yet. The one in soil is doing much better than the one in pawn. And then this is my other Alocasia. This one is the Magnificum. Every single leaf of hers turns out damaged. I don't know why. I don't see any webbing. There's no spider mites. There's no thrips or anything like that. She's in a naked root pot. I am kind of still learning these pots, but I think that it's hard for me to gauge whether she needs water or not. I don't know. But she is giving me a new leaf there. She just keeps getting stuck like that. I don't know if it's something with the Magnificum plant itself because it's not a hybrid, but she seems to be difficult for me as well. But yep. I have 2 cake stands stacked on each other for here, and then books over here. But here you can see the temperature and humidity. It's really not anything like fantastic for these plants. The temperature is good, but the humidity is not very high, as you can tell. In my ambient conditions, down here are the rest of my Alocasias. This one is the Alocasia Ninja. Whew, she's heavy. I'm going to bring the camera to her. So that's the Alocasia Ninja. We just did this one, Dragon's Breath. This is my Alocasia Poly. And that is the Alocasia Cuprea. The one back there is in soil. She's holding on to a lot of leaves. And then my Alocasia Golden Bones. I don't know if she likes the soil or not. She has been one that drops a lot of leaves for me. She has sized up, but every time she gives me a new leaf, she drops a leaf, which I typically don't have that issue. She may be root bound, I don't know. But I did pot her up not too long ago. She may need an up pot. My Regal Shield is here. I did get rid of my Mother Regal Shield. So I'm starting from scratch with her as well. And she's doing well. She's an easy one. So that's all of my anthuriums and alocasias and begonias here. Let me turn this around. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, you guys. I don't know, I guess share it if you can, the live, so it can get some tractions and some views and things like that. I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna, when I end this live, I'm gonna check out the comments to see what you guys say on what you want to see in the live next week. I will probably also do a poll anyways if you didn't get the chance to comment. I really appreciate you guys coming here to my live and joining me. It means the world to me, and I love that leaf. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, thank you guys, and I'll check you guys out on my next one. Bye. You guys have a great day, and keep an eye out for that shop with me because I might share the nursery shop with me. Bye.